Hi everyone! In this video I'd like to show some formatting in Microsoft Word. When you do the formatting of the cover page and the page right after to get APA style, sometimes the formatting can get a little tricky. I have some steps listed in the instructions posted on Blackboard for how to avoid the formatting problems, but I also wanted to show this video that hopefully it'll help. One thing I should point out is that this is Word 2007, so the steps that you'll want to take to do the formatting are pretty similar. They're the same steps, but where you might need to click might be different depending on which version of Word you have. Okay, so let's try with this. This is going to be our cover page. One thing we want to make sure is that our spacing is double spaced. So we can just go to the paragraph and make sure line spacing is double. That's good. And then another thing too, to start from the beginning, to make sure that you're using the correct font style and size. So APA style is Times New Roman size 12. You want to make sure that your entire paper, including the format, the running head, and things like that, are all of Times New Roman 12. Okay, so what I like to start first is inserting the page number. We're going to want the page number at the top right corner. So let's see, in this version we go to insert page number, and we want it at the top of the page and at the very right corner. Okay, there's our page number. Then we want to insert our running head too, and you can click to get the cursor over here. We want the words running head and a colon, and then whatever your running head actually is. And it should be an abbreviated title. So if your title is kind of longer, then you can just pick, a few words that are kind of descriptive of your title, but it's just an abbreviation basically, and do that. So let's just say psychology. And one thing too, that the running head, the actual running head itself, should be in caps. So we've got our page number, we've got our running head. Let's get out of the header. And we're going to want some other stuff on the cover page in the center, in the middle of the page. We're going to want the title of the paper. So let's say that it's called Psychology Fun. You want the author, so your name. And then you want the academic institution or affiliation, so the university. Okay, so let me actually zoom out a little so we can see. Okay, so we have our page number at the top right corner. We have the running head at the top left corner. We have our title. We have the abbreviated title here. We have the title, the author name, and the institutional affiliation. So now we're going to want to go on to the next page, and sometimes it gets kind of tricky. So one thing to try to avoid some problems, I like to insert a section break. So I made a little return after all of the stuff in the center of the page, and I'm going to insert a section break, which on here I believe is in page layout, and then go to breaks. And I want a section break on the next page. So I'm going to click there, and then come on to the next page here. So now we're on the second page, and we see the words running head and psychology. And we actually don't want these words. We don't want the running head words on the second page, although we do want this. So the thing that we're going to do, I'm going to right click on this and click on edit header. And I'm going to, let's see, one thing that you'll notice, regardless of which version of Word you'll have, that the link to previous is going to be highlighted by default. And we actually don't want this. So click on it to make it unhighlighted. And then we want to get rid of the words running head. And so now we have the running head itself without those words. We have our page numbers. That's good. We can close out of there. You probably want to scroll back up and make sure it didn't get messed up on this page. And it didn't, so that's good. But sometimes it'll delete the running head words here too. And you can just go in and retype them here. And usually that works from there. You might have to repeat the process again and just follow those steps. Anyway, so back onto our second page. Let's put in the title. The title is going to be in the center, so the title of our paper and then we'll go to the left and then start typing your paper, your summary, which usually you'll start with the citation, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in class too. But yeah, typically you'll start with the citation and then, you know, a study on school stuff. Anyway, so you'll get into your summary from there. Okay, that's it. Bye.